Tornado hunt team were caught in this same tornado, and we know he feels fortunate for him and his crew to have survived this.
Yeah.
It's good to be here. It's good to see you guys.
It's good to see you. So take us into this. I mean, you're out there, and you guys are out there. You're not grandstanding. You're not doing. You're doing science as well, with eyes on the ground.
You know, this was just a different circumstance, I think, in a lot of ways. Just if it teaches us anything, just the erratic nature of tornadoes, the inherent danger, how they can change direction, size, strength, speed, and even the most veteran of storm chasers, Tim, is the best of the best. I've been doing it for a really long time. I think it just goes to prove that, you have to be on guard at all times. You can't ever let your guard down.
Now, when you guys were out there, you were doing a live shot, and you could see the tornado back behind you. Did you think that tornado was going away from you, and then it turned around? What happened between that point and when you guys rolled?
Where we were was on the northeast side of the storm, and we generally never want to be on the north side of the storm at all. It's where there's hail, there's rain. It can really obscure your view of the tornado, and you're in the direction, in most cases, the tornado's coming. So the best place you want to be usually is on the south side. You're free of all those things, and the tornado will be moving away from you. I thought we're in danger of being hit by the north side of the tornado, which had a lot of multi-vortexes in it. You could see them clearly. And so we briefly did a live shot for the Weather Channel and then made the call to stop broadcasting, get in our cars, and try to get south as quickly as we could to get out of the path of it. It just ended up being we were about 30 seconds too late.
Your wife Allison gets a call from the Weather Channel. Mike's okay. What was that like for her and for you? You had to be thinking about her.
Yeah, I lost my phone, somewhere in that wreck. And the Weather Channel called her. She had no idea that anything even happened. And so she was completely in the dark. But finally, I think she came to terms with it. She finally realized what had happened, and she was just happy I was alive.
And Mike, this tornado was massive, but there was multiple vortices within it, and perhaps you were saying you think you may even gotten struck by a satellite tornado off of this?
Having talked to Dr. Forbes, and he has analyzed the tornado quite a bit. We travel in a caravan of 3 vehicles. A lead vehicle, the vehicle I travel in is in the middle, and then there's a vehicle that trails. We're all about 5-6 car lengths apart. We were all going down the road at the same time. Our lead vehicle, I watched it get pulled off the right-hand side of the road and into a ditch. And then, the next thing I remember, we're tumbling and we're out in a field, and our trailing vehicle never even moved off the road. Both our front vehicle and trailing vehicle upright, a few windows broken, but never were thrown. So Dr. Forbes suspects that we were hit probably by like a suction vortice right in the middle, just bad luck in essence, and we got thrown off into a field. And he said, those winds add another 50 to 100 miles an hour to the parent storm. You
have injuries. You had to have stitches. One of your driver really is badly injured, or at least has some broken bones. Will survive. But then you heard about Tim and Paul Samaras and Carl Young.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah. I knew Tim pretty well. I think when you hear about guys like Tim, who has an incredibly strong reputation, he's been doing this for decades. He's the guy that preaches safety more than anyone. I think it's a wake-up call to all of us. What happened to Tim and Paul and Carl and our crew and other crews that were out there storm spotting, I think it serves as a wake-up call that, we all have to be ready for any circumstance. You have to keep situational awareness. You have to know where you are at all times. And I think this now starts the conversation about safety. How close is too close? I'm willing to be part of that conversation. I'm willing to be made example of what, what can happen and what can we do now to make it better.
Mike, how did you keep your composure in the car? Because you were you can hear, brothers, duck, I mean, you were giving very clear and concise instructions to the crew, which probably helped save your lives.
Well, we've talked about it before when we're out there. What do we do in certain circumstances? And so if we were to be caught up in something in our vehicles, I mean, what we want to do is keep our seatbelts on and duck down below the window level. And at that moment, that's all I could think of. This is what we've talked about. This is what we have to do. Knowing how smashed the roof is, I think us being down really helped. My hands were over my head. My hands are all cut up and stuff, but my head is fine.
Right.
I know it may be too early to think about this, Mike, but will you go back out there?
I don't know. It may not be up to me. It's probably I would probably say my family's going to have the final say. If they don't want me to go, I won't go. But they've been supportive of me the whole time, and so we'll see.
Thank you for, I'm amazed that you're here, but I know you wanted to talk about this.
Having seen the video that I can't watch anymore, it's like watching your own death. It's nice to be here, guys. It's really good to see your faces, truly.
Good to see you. It really is. And we'll be back after this.